What's good? We back. You know, it's that decaf killer. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boston Clinic again. And guess what? I got time today to piss off some more people. I'm talking about who more overrated, Gennady Golovkin or Kovalev. Sergey Crusher Kovalev. And both of these resumes is one of the most overrated, weak resumes right now, probably of all time in boxing. For former world title holders and pound for pound hype jobs, in my opinion. And Kovalev, man, he didn't fight nobody for real. He didn't fight no killers. In the light heavyweight division was, it was razor thin when he was, when he came up. So, it is what it is for him. But he didn't beat nobody. He really lost to Darnell Boone. His whole team took that footage off the internet, came back, rematched him, but he did do it like a man to rematch Darnell Boone, beat him. Beat Nathan Cleverly. That's when he kind of made his name, when he beat Cleverly. Beat a whole bunch of nobodies. Struggled with the Isaac Chumbaba guy. I don't know the guy's name. Best win was a 50-year-old Bernard Hopkins. Got beat up by, Andre Ward twice. People still crying about that. But at the end of the day, guess what? He lost. You want to talk about Andre Ward? This is a dude that came off like a 2-year layoff. A few tune-ups. Came and tuned up Kovalev. He wasn't even in his best shape in the first fight. He had an assist in his knee. He was coming off arm surgery. In the second fight, he was more healthy. Told guys he was injured. People said he was crying wolf. Came out and knocked out Kovalev in half the time. But you know what? You got to tip your hat off to Kovalev because he did fight Andre Ward. He was willing to fight the best. He wasn't like Triple G. He wasn't like Triple G. Where, he was tailor-made. Everything Triple G got was calculated and perfectly match-made. Even him getting that world title, in Germany. And people couldn't even tell me how he got the world title. I had to research for myself how he got his first regular WBA, got his first WBA title. That's before he was a regular and a super. Beat the guy in Germany, they ain't doing nothing no more, Came over to America, beat Proska, beat Rosado, beat Ishida, beat Adama. Adama was a guy that was just fought a guy that was like 26 and 22, so come on. Beat Matthew Macklin. Ooh, big deal. Martinez already iced him. Beat Daniel Gill. Not impressed. Best win, Martin Murray. I respect that win. Martin Murray is a tough foe. He went 11 with Golovkin. Got beat up, but he took it like a man. I respect that win for Martin Murray. I always said that. I gave him credit for Martin Murray. But Curtis Stevens, he was a guy that was retired. Well, that took time off. Came back, didn't do anything. Had a tough fight with Derek Finley, probably a fight two between there. And they paid for him to be ranked for the WBA title shot. He talked away in the title shot. He got beat. People saying, "Oh, Curtis Stevens." And people had never heard of Curtis Stevens before that. And if you did, Andre Darrell smashed him, and Jesse Brinkley, made him his bitch. So then you continue to, look at the career. He beat David Lemieux. People hyped David Lemieux up when Billy Joe Saunders beat him. He was just a bum. This is no different from David Lemieux. David Lemieux was stopped by Marco Antonio Rubio. I think he was stopped again before that. Saying David Lemieux, that happened before he fought Triple G. When Triple G beat him, it was the best thing since sliced bread. Then his toughest fight at 34 years old was a welterweight in Kell Brook, who hadn't even proved that he was a great welterweight. He beat Sean Porter. That was it. That was his best win. All his other career wins were lackluster and piss poor at best. Versus nobody's. Bums. Scrubs. I don't want no pigeons. You know what I'm saying. He beat Danny Jacobs, who was never a real world title holder. He was a regular WBA title holder. Pure knocked Danny Jacobs out when he was, when he was supposed to be the second coming in middleweight. Sergey Mora knocked him down. All Triple G did was match a knockdown by Sergey Mora. And really lost to Daniel Jacobs, a guy who really wasn't a real title holder. And then his moment of truth with Canelo, where he says, and his team says, if we don't knock out Canelo, we don't deserve to win. We deserve to get robbed. We know we're going to get robbed. We got to knock him out. He can get the job done. And people going to come on here and make all the excuses. I just spit nothing but facts. It's factual. You can look all this stuff up. Nothing was opinionated here. It's all factual. But Gennady Golovkin, he ducked Andre Ward. Kovalev took that on. Kovalev was never hiding, from competition. Triple G did. And Triple G was so much of a pompous pussy that I'll move up to 68 for Chavez Jr. and Carl Froch. Come on, Carl Froch. Andre Ward. Oh no. Catch weight 164 pounds. Like, come on. If that's not the ultimate hoe card or pulling, hoe move, I mean, what is? What is? And people think, he's a killer. He's this. He's an all-time great. I mean, where's a transcendent win on Triple G's resume? People say, Bernard didn't have it. Like, at least Bernard beat Oscar and Tito. I don't care if they was welterweight. Still, he beat him. Didn't he? He did beat him. Or am I tripping? Triple G fought he fought welterweight and Kell Brook. That was his best win at the time, and that was like a couple years ago. At least Bernard did jump up 2 weight classes, even though he started his career at 68. He did jump up 2 weight classes to beat John Pascal. He did do that. So it is what it is, It is what it is. So, who's more overrated? Obviously, it's Golovkin. I'm going to tell you why Golovkin's more overrated. This can change if he beats Canelo Alvarez. But, his real will to really fight the best. He never wanted to fight the best. It wasn't about legacy. It wasn't about middleweight title defenses. It wasn't about being undisputed. It was about money for him. And he was about being a perfectly match-made guy, probably of all time. One of the perfectly match-made. Him and Adrian Broner, it's real close. But at least Adrian Broner went out his way to deviate from the matchmaking blueprint and went out there and fought a killer in Madonna. Fought a tough, rugged guy in Sean Porter. Fought Mikey Garcia. He kept trying. Golovkin ain't really never took that risk in his career. The biggest risk he took was Danny Jacobs, a guy that was knocked out coming off cancer. That's it. That was the biggest risk he took in fighting a welterweight. Kovalev was willing to take the risk to fight Andre Ward. He didn't have to do that. He was willing to take the risk to fight Adonis Stevenson. It's not his fault that it didn't happen. Even though his best win is versus Bernard Hopkins, the will to be great, the will to be the best, it was never lacking from Kovalev. Golovkin, no. Oh no, I'm not ready for Andre Ward. He too. No. I don't want to fight him. I don't want to move up. No, I'm not ready. I want to be undisputed. No, he wanted to wait for Canelo and get a payday. And he still couldn't knock out Canelo. A guy who had lead feet, who can never move around the ring, automatically he moves on Triple G. I'm just saying, his biggest, moment of truth versus Canelo, he came up short. Obviously, it's Triple G in my opinion. A lot of people ain't gonna like it. I don't care. We gone.